name is Tiffany Griffin, and I wanted to share with you a few things of how God is working in my life right now. When our children were growing up, if they asked us what something meant, we would pull the parent card and tell them to go look it up in the dictionary. So I wanted to share with you how God is working in my life right now to look things up in His Word, especially while Ronald and I are praying for specific things and having to be patient even when it is the hardest to do at times. The first thing God had me to look up was the word patient. And I found this in Psalms 37, verses 7 through 9. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Fret not thyself, because the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. I wasn't necessarily going the way of anger or wrath, as it states in verse 8, but I did become very frustrated and cried a lot. But I learned that God was working in me to learn that what God has for me, it is for me. And so another way God is working in my life is by showing me and having me look up the word or the phrase, not to worry. In Galatians 6, verse 9, and let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not. So this is another way that God is showing Himself in my life. I have taken that definition or that phrase and have applied it more so to my life. I also wanted to share with you what I am learning. I was questioning myself with, am I being a good enough steward? Am I giving enough of myself? Am I doing God's will? Am I using my talents to try and bless others? And what exactly is that talent that God has given me? Are all these things not being done? And is this why things aren't happening in the time that I'm praying for? Am I being selfish in even praying for these specific things? Well, as I mentioned before, God taught me another definition or a word to look up of faith as well as trust in these Bible verses. Mark 11:24 reads, Therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. And Hebrews 11:1, Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen. I also learned that God is showing Himself in my life by bringing my family closer together. And during, and now that we're moving further away from this COVID situation, we hear from my older daughters much more frequently, and I get into my word much more often than before. And God has opened doors for me at work. But perhaps the most profound way that God is showing Himself in my life is where I found in this verse. And that's Isaiah 40:31. And if I tried in my very best songbird voice, like my daughters have, I still couldn't sing it as good as them or good as Fred Hammond. But God takes me back to this verse time and time again. And even though I've still cried, and I will probably have other times that I'll cry, I know, and I want you to know, that even when I or we get frustrated, and when we feel like blessings are passing us or me by, I must keep this in mind. And this is Isaiah 40:31. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. I leave you with this verse to hopefully give you the peace to know that God is always with us, and He does renew our strength if we just trust and cast our cares on Him. And I know that what God has for me, it is for me. And the same goes for you. And even though a mustard seed is very, very small, the job of having the faith of one seems very, very large and daunting. But God knows our hearts and minds and does not and will not forsake us. God is an on-time God and knows the timing of when we are ready to receive the blessings He will bestow upon us. Thank you, and I pray that this will be a blessing to you. I love you, and have a great night. God bless.